guys, so today's video is going to be my June favorites. These were products I was loving in the month of June. I thought that this month I was gonna give you so many new products. I feel like since I've been traveling so much for the past 2 months, I thought that June was gonna get here and I was gonna have so many things to talk about, but I don't. That's actually not the case today. I guess because I have been trying out so many new things. It really has been a lot. There have been so many releases recently and I feel like I'm trying out a new product every single day. So I haven't really been using a lot of products consistently throughout the entire month, except for the few that I'm going to talk about, which is why I don't have that many favorites in today's video, because I don't want to pretend to like something, or I'm not going to say that something's my favorite if I've only used it like twice. I want to really love something before I include it in my monthly favorites. So let's jump in. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a product that I feel like you either love it or you absolutely hate it. There is no in between. I don't see how there could possibly be an in between. This is the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. I tried it out recently in a full face of first impressions and I really thought that I was going to hate it and I ended up loving it. I haven't put this concealer down since that day. I'm shocked at how much I love it. I will say I do have to play around with it. There are things I have to do, but I am crazy about this formula and I didn't think I was going to be, because it is a very tacky concealer. It's very thick and very sticky. This isn't new, by the way. I thought it was a new concealer, but it's not. They just repackaged it. It used to come in like a little tube, and now when I look back at the old packaging, I'm like, oh my gosh, yeah, that concealer's been around for a long time. I just never tried it. But now you get a doe foot applicator. It comes in this little guy, which is a lot better. And I said it in that video, but this is very similar to the Causemetics Bye Bye Under Eye. It's just not as sticky or as thick, but they are very, very similar. I love this for my under eye circles. I mean, the bags are still there. You still see my bags, but the darkness is completely diminished with this. It has such full coverage, but it is a very dewy concealer. Like when you blend this out underneath your eyes, your under eyes look wet, but I love that. It looks so fresh and amazing. Even though it has full coverage, you just look so healthy. It's incredible. But for that reason, I would only recommend this to those of you who have dry skin, even normal skin. But if you have oily under eyes, if you're not into dewy do not, no. I just don't see how this would work for you, because it is so thick and hydrating and moisturizing, but I find that it really works for me and what I'm looking for. And my favorite way to use this are on no makeup days. I'll just put on a little bit of moisturizer. I'll put this underneath my eyes and between my forehead, around my nose, on my chin, and it looks so beautiful. My skin just looks so fresh and dewy, yet it covers so much. I like that I can use this without setting it like on the rest of my face, and it still looks great. When I do use this underneath the eyes, I do set it. Like I'm wearing it underneath my eyes today and I set it so it doesn't look dewy anymore. It does mattify the concealer, but it doesn't look too dry. It doesn't make it too matte. And you can kind of tell here in between my forehead. Well, I'm not sure if you can tell, but usually, I said in between my forehead, didn't I? I always say that, in between my eyebrows. Usually this area looks very, very dry, and with this concealer, it just looks so moist and dewy, and I love that. So I just wanted to give a huge shout out to this guy because I ended up loving it way more than I ever thought I would. The only thing I will say is, why is this called a creaseless concealer? Because this creases, like, it doesn't crease as badly as some of my other concealers though. Alright, so as you guys know, Colourpop recently launched a foundation, a loose setting powder, and a pressed setting powder. And out of everything that they launched, this is the winner. This is the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder. Ever since I got this in the mail, I have been using this non-stop. I'm still testing out my Hourglass powder, but oh my gosh, this is amazing. This is literally like the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. It's such a great dupe. This one I find really smooths out the skin. It mattifies. It just looks so airbrushed underneath the eyes, but it doesn't make my skin look dry. It doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look bad. It looks great, actually. I love this setting powder. I think the packaging is really messy. Every single time I open this, like a bunch of powder just flies everywhere. But I mean, it's so cheap. You know, it's so affordable. It is what it is. But the formula itself is freaking awesome. And if you've been looking for a new loose translucent setting powder, look no further in Colourpop. Speaking of Colourpop, I do want to give you a quick little update on the foundation. I'm wearing the foundation right now and I love how it looks on my skin. I really do like this foundation a lot. I just hate how it wears around my mouth. And since that video, I have literally tried this foundation 1,000 different ways and it's always the same thing around my mouth. It just starts to fade off my chin so easily, and even though it doesn't sink into my lines, it doesn't really get into my smile lines, it doesn't really accentuate like my forehead lines, even though it's great for that, it just fades so fast off of my chin and around my lip here. I don't understand why it does that to me because I love how it looks on the rest of my skin. I do have to work with it though because this definitely requires a setting spray. If you have dry skin and you've been thinking about checking this out, it's something you're gonna need to work with. It needs a setting spray, a nice heavy moisturizer underneath, and then once you do that, it does look beautiful on the skin. I just wish it wore better around my mouth. And I know a lot of people will tell me like, if it's a foundation you really have to work with to make it look good, is it even good? And I can totally understand that mentality. But when your skin is tricky, like mine is, sometimes you have to work with your foundations. Things just don't always lay perfectly on dry textured skin, you know? So I just wanted to give you a little update on this guy. I'm still using it. I definitely have other foundations in my collection I like more than this, but I still like it, especially for the price. It's $12, it comes with a pump, and Colourpop is a great, great brand. All right. Meet the bronzer that's gonna be on my face all summer. It's not replacing my Too Faced Sweethearts bronzer, okay? Calm down, calm down. But it's close. It's not that close, but it's a little bit close, you know? This is the new Becca Gradient Sunlit Bronzer, and this is in the shade Sunrise Waves. Since the second I put this on my face, I knew it was the one. You guys know how I feel about glowy bronzers. I love them. I love a good bronzer that has a nice sheen to it, that's not glittery, but still glowy, but also not orange. And this one gives you all of that, but extra glow. This one gives you all of that, plus extra. And here on the corners, you have the Becca highlight in the shade Opal, which if you didn't want your bronzer to be too highlighty, all you have to do is just focus your brush in the center and you won't get the highlights on the side. You'll still get a glowy bronzer, but it won't be like glowy. Oh my gosh, you look like you just came back from the beach. It gives you the most beautiful tan ever. I'm wearing it today. I did contour with my Thrive Causemetics Rhea bronzer. That's my favorite contouring bronzer ever, but this is what I have just dusted on my entire face, and it just gives you a beautiful sheen. I love bronzer. It's one of my favorite makeup items, so I always get extra excited, but this bronzer gets me excited. I have fallen in love with two blushes, and they are not from Burt's Bees. These are the Loreal Paradise Enchanted Scented Blushes. They're delicious. They smell like peaches in a really delicious, subtle way. I've said this already, but a lot more subtle than the Too Faced peach scent. It's not as like loud, you know? I have really been enjoying these. Peach blushes are my favorite types of blushes. So when I saw they came out with these, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna love those. I thought Just Curious would be my favorite because it's a little bit more orangey, but I have been loving Bashful. Bashful is what I'm wearing on my cheeks right now, and wow. I love this. It gives you a really pretty golden sheen without looking glittery or like weird on the cheeks. It is a very glowy blush, and you can tell when you swatch it and look at it, but it's not too glowy. The sheen on this is a bit subtle, and it just looks so nice on the cheeks. Makes you look fresh and awake and springy and summery and beautiful and peachy. I feel like these kinds of blushes look good on everyone. Whether you're really fair or really deep, I feel like warm, peachy, orangey blushes just look stunning. I'm not sure about any of the other shades they have. I don't know how many more blushes in this line they carry, but I definitely want to check out more because I love the scent. I love how they apply. They go on the cheeks really smoothly. They don't skip. It applies very softly and creamy, which I really like. So I've been loving those blushes. Not as much as Toasted Cinnamon, but I've been loving them. I really feel like I struck gold when Causemetics sent me these glosses. I know I'm kind of cheating because I've only been using these for like a couple of weeks, but the day that I got these in the mail, I have been wearing one every single day since that day. These are hands down one of my favorite lip gloss formulas that I've ever used in life ever. They are called the True Gloss, and they're amazing. I have an entire review up on my channel with lip swatches and everything, so check that out if you haven't already. I show you each color and I go into detail about the formula in that video, but this is a fantastic formula. It goes on glossy, not too glossy shiny, but it does go on glossy. It's not too thick. It's very comfortable. It's not sticky at all. You barely feel these on the lips. They're amazing, and they have a little bit of that lip plumper to them. They are a volumizing lip gloss. It's not something that's gonna sting. It's not gonna burn. It's not like a full-blown lip plumper. It just smooths out the lips a little bit and makes them look just a little bit more juicy and full. I cannot get enough of them. These two are my favorite shades out of all of them. This is Truffle Haze. This is the one I was wearing in the entire video. It's a very nude lip gloss, but it looks so beautiful. I love the undertone in this, but I have been loving Magic Hour a lot. I mostly like wearing it on its own, but today I'm wearing it on top of a lip liner. And the lip liner kind of made it a lot more nude, as you can see. This color is so pretty. I've been wearing Magic Hour, which is a little bit of mascara, and like the corally peachiness to this lip gloss just looks so pretty, especially on its own. I just cannot get enough of this formula. Can you tell? I love the packaging on these as well. It has like this frosted tube, and the cap is soft touch, really nice. The only thing, I forgot to mention this in my video, the only negative about these lip glosses is the scent. I cannot believe I forgot to talk about it in my video, but They kind of like smell weird. I wouldn't say it's a bad scent, it's like a strange scent. When you're applying it, you're like, what is this smell? I don't recognize this scent. It's like a very, I cannot put my finger on it, which is strange because I'm usually on the money when it comes to what something smells like. But I don't know, it kind of smells a little chemically. I kind of feel like that's the scent of the volumizing. Actually, I don't know, I could be making that up. I just don't feel like they scented it. Like, this smells like lavender, or this smells like mint or vanilla. Like, there is no scent. I just smell, I think, like the formula. I don't know. I'm not super crazy about the scent, but it's on my lips right now and I no longer smell it, so I don't care. The formula is so good that I could smell like bird poop and I would still wear it. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys know, but Colourpop recently came out with these new glosses. They're still called the Ultra Glossy Lips, but they come with a new applicator. It has like this brush applicator, and the glosses have kind of like a different formula. They're the high shine lip glosses, and they have like jojoba oil in them. They're really, really good, and I have been loving the shade Phew. Not like a little bit, like Phew. I really like this shade because it makes your lips look really, really, really juicy. It's kind of like a sheer gold, but it doesn't translate gold on the lips. It kind of just looks completely clear, but it has a bunch of micro glitter all throughout it. It has like pinks and silvers and golds, and it just makes the lips look wet and juicy and plump, and I love this. I've been wearing it a lot actually over my Tarte lip liner from Maybelline. This is actually the lip liner I'm wearing underneath Magic Hour right now. This is my favorite lip liner, hands down, of all time. This damn Gigi Hadid. It's so good, but I've been wearing it so much underneath this. I mean, I've been kind of wearing this on its own too. I just love that wet, no lipstick look recently. I would have never said that like 3 years ago. I used to hate glossy lips, but for like a year now, I have been loving them so much, and I really, really, really like this color. It just gives me my lips a little extra oomph. So I don't know if you guys follow Ofra on social media, but they recently just like revamped everything. They changed their packaging. Everything is still the same formula, but their packaging is completely different. They changed their logo, and this is their new packaging on their liquid lipstick, but that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about this color. This is the shade Verona. This is the color we got in our BoxyCharm this month, only we got it in the older packaging, which I can't even find that right now. I just recently saw Ofra because we actually live pretty close to each other. They're in South Florida, and she gave me Verona in her new packaging because she knows I'm like obsessed with this lipstick right now. This is such a pretty brown color without looking like brown. I don't know how to explain it. It's like an earthy brown. It is gorgeous. It's what I'm wearing in the BoxyCharm video at the end. If you want to see it on my lips, I'm wearing it in that video. And I told you guys the story in that video, but Gabby had used this on my lips in a recent Kale Polish photo shoot, and I fell in love. And ever since I got it in my BoxyCharm, I cannot get enough of it. I'm pretty sure that the other packaging is in my purse. When something goes in your purse, you know it's real. But anyway, Ofra has some of the best, if not the best, liquid lipstick formula ever. They're so comfortable, they last all day, and they make your lips look amazing. They don't emphasize any line. Ofra liquid lipsticks. Okay, this is kind of random, but I have been loving this lip liner a lot too. This is the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner in the shade Bear to Comment. This has been my go-to lip liner for my Colourpop Dreamy liquid lipstick, or any liquid lipstick or lipstick that has been pink or mauve or dusty rose or anything like in this color family. And I like this because I get a really easy application with this lip liner, and it's really easy to overdraw my lips with this. I have pretty small lips, so I have to overdraw my lips in order for them to look decently juicy. So for that reason, I do prefer a lip liner that has a little bit more glide. If I want my lips to last like all throughout the night, 17 hours or something, I'll go in with a lip liner that's a little bit more long wearing and a little stiffer, probably a little bit harder to apply, not as glidey. Those just tend to be more long wearing. These will fade a little bit, but it's just so easy to overdraw your lip. You get such a perfectly smooth application. I really do like these Wet n Wild gel lip liners. I feel like I don't really hear people talk about them. They have a really good nude one, but this one in Bear to Comment is my favorite. Okay, and then last but not least, I have a perfume favorite to share with you guys. This was a splurge for me. This is definitely one of the most expensive perfumes I've ever purchased. It's up there with like Flower Bomb, you know, it's, sorry, there was hair on my finger. But like I was saying, this is a pretty pricey perfume, but I think it is totally worth it. This is from the brand Aerin, I believe that's how you say it. And this is the Hibiscus Palm perfume. I feel like every beach perfume that I like is very, very coconut scented, and that's okay. I absolutely love coconut scents. I have like 3 perfumes in my collection that are very, very coconut smelling, but I wanted something for summer that was a little bit more sophisticated. Something that was tropically, but also a little bit florally and a little bit more feminine. So I picked this up because it had really good reviews. And when I smelled it in the store, I was like, ah, yes, this is what I've been looking for. Because I've tried a lot of those beach perfumes, like Replica Boardwalk, don't like it. Estee Lauder Bronze Goddess or something like that. Like, I don't know, don't like it. I also don't like Beach from Bobbi Brown. I don't know. I've never liked those type of scents. This one is the perfect combination of both. This is not too florally, not too sunscreeny. It's just like everything you want it to be, honestly. Plus, it lasts a really long time on the skin, which at first when I looked at the price tag, I was like, oh my god, you better last a long time, because that's expensive. But I'm happy to inform you that it does. It lasts a very long time on my skin. I get a lot of compliments when I use this, and as you can see, I've barely touched this. I just started using it like halfway through this month because I was waiting for summer to start using this perfume, even though it's felt like summer in Miami for like the last 3 months. But a little goes such a long way. You just need a little spritz right here on the wrists, a little bit on the neck, and you smell like that for the entire day. At least that's the case for me. I know we're all different, but this does last a long time on my skin. I was looking for the perfect, fancy, sophisticated, beachy scent, and I totally found it. But anyway, guys, that completes this video. These were products I was really loving in the month of June. Definitely let me know in the comments below if there's something that you were, I don't know why I just clapped like that. If there was something in June you were really loving that I haven't tried out yet, or you haven't seen me talk about it yet, let me know in the comments below and I'll definitely check it out. I love testing out your favorite products. I have discovered some holy grail makeup thanks to you guys, so don't forget to leave your stuff below. But yeah, guys, I love you so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Phew, phew, phew. The more I say that word, the weirder it sounds. Phew, phew, phew.